Hello. Hi. How are we doing? I know I have not cooked in a long time here. I think the last time we cooked was jollof rice. So today I want to cook moimoi. And I want to show you guys how to make it. Yeah. So how are we doing today? How is everybody doing? Hallelujah. Come on guys, share. Let's cook. You are glorious and worthy to be. Hey, Brother David, how are you doing? Sister watching, you want to learn how to cook moimoi. We call it bean pudding. We call it moimoi in Africa. God bless all of you. I've not cooked in a long time, you know. I've been so busy. Always busy, but today we want to cook. Yeah, so I'm going to show you my ingredients. I'm just trying to share a little bit. Just trying to share a bit. You love it? Really? Wow, that's awesome. Okay, just to a few people. Right, so I'm going to explain what I'm making. We call it moimoi, which is like a bean pudding. That is just how it looks. So it's made from beans. You know your local, you can use your black-eyed beans. You know the black-eyed beans? You can use your brown beans. For those from Africa, you will understand. But you can get the black-eyed beans, black-eyed beans. Sandra, moimoi, you know moimoi, eh? Yeah. Yeah, moimoi from my country, that's right. Yep. So, get ready, I've not forgotten about our diet, it's coming. Yeah, so let me show you the beans that I use. I've blended mine. I only left a few for you to see. Just a minute. So for my beans, I'm using that in my blender. That is the beans. That is I'm using they call it. I'm sorry, I don't have a camera stand in my kitchen, so that's my only challenge when I cook here. So I'm using this particular beans. It's called the moon beans, but you can use your black-eyed beans, which I don't have anymore. But this moon bean, you buy it in the supermarket. I'm just going to show you. It is I don't know if you know these beans. This is like the moon bean. We call it moon bean here. It's very tiny. It comes like that in the pack. This is beans. This is like one type of bean. This is the moon bean. Oh, let me see if I can get the pack. I've thrown it away, but let me check if I can get it. Okay, I couldn't find it. But you know your black-eyed, how many of you know, the black-eyed beans? The black-eyed beans, it's everywhere in the supermarket. Let me cover my beans. I don't want to spit inside now. You know the black-eyed beans, what you do is you soak it. When you soak it, then you have to wash it and peel off the skin. When you leave it soaked for some hours, it's very easy. You just peel the skin. You wash it, rub it together, and you peel the skin, right? So when you peel the skin, it's already soaked and soft. So what you do, you blend it and make it into a thick puree, which is what I want to do with this one. And in here, in the ones I've blended, I've added, this is another version of your bell pepper. You can add the red bell pepper. I've added this one. Onion, I've added onion. There's onion in this one. And then if you like the local chili, let me show you the chili I use. I use that chili. But this chili is very hot. It's hot and spicy. But you can use any chili of your choice. You can use any chili. You can use Kenyan pepper. You can use any pepper, any chili, any hot. It is if you like spice. So that's the one I use. So I've already used those. I'm just showing you what I've had in there. I have a big bowl here already blended. But I just wanted to show you this one. Glorious, worthy to be praised. So now I'm going to blend this. I need to blend this one, then I will add it to my mixture, and then I will show you my mixture, right? Nice and smooth. So I'm going to add it to the ones I've already blended before. I have to do this for the sake of time, but I'm going to show you what I have here in a minute, okay? So I want to rinse it off. Right, so let me see. Okay, I have everything here in my mixing bowl. So I'm going to mix and then I'm going to show you. It's time to season after this, yeah? So let me show you. So this is the mixture I have. So you see the color because of the red pepper, the red bell pepper, onion here, and the beans grounded into this mixture. So we are going to season it now. For seasoning, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using for seasoning here. So I have to keep this phone on. So I will show you my seasonings. Yeah. Something. So you season with whatever you want to season with. But my own seasoning, see, that's why I didn't want to move this phone. And make me home. Right, so I'm gonna bring it here. Can you guys hear me? So I'll be cooking with, I have my egg to put inside. I have, this is corned beef. That is corned beef. Yeah. Corned beef, your normal regular corned beef. This is the one I used. Corned beef. So you can use that corned beef. Or any corned beef or anything. Then I have, I also want to add sardines. I have these sardines in sunflower oil. I have that sardine in tomato sauce that I'm going to put inside. Just the way I want it. So you can use anything you want. So these ones will be going in. And then we have, this is called crayfish. It's like, how do I describe crayfish? Anyway, you can put any fish. This is an African thing. It's crayfish, but you don't have to use it. You can use anything else you like to use. So, and then I'm going to be using, that is we call this mangi. This is a stock. This is a chicken stock. So I'll be putting that in there. So I'm going to start with this. That's my chicken stock going in. Because I have a lot, so I'm using 2. I'm putting 2 now. So you can also use your salt, but I don't want to use salt. I'm going to use the corned beef first before I add any salt, because corned beef is a bit salty. My soul. Just mix very well. Mix very well. Try to see if I can bring it closer. So that's my pot I'll be using. I have my pot ready, but that is so it's closer to you, so you see what I'm doing a bit. So now I'm just mixing. You are the Savior. I want a bit of chopped onion in there. Of my soul. Jesus. Just getting my onion. So I want to chop that onion. I want to use it. Remember, I have already blended some onion in here, but I want some as well. Chop as you like. I have my chopping board over, you know. We grew up in Africa. This is how we chop onion in Africa. But I use my chopping board sometimes. It's fine, we are used to it. We will not cut our hands. Hey. Something. Have enough. I know. He touched me. So now I want to add my corned beef. This is my corned beef. So I'll just add as much as I need. Oh, it touched me. Let me see. There is no particular way of adding anything. Just add it. There's no, you have to add this first, and then you add this first. Just add anyone. They are just going to mix up in the mixture. I know. At the moment, my beans, my blended beans is too thick. I'll have to add some water. I have some warm water there. I'm going to add some water to it. When I finish, I'm adding. Yeah, I'm going to use all of it. A little bit of warm water. Jesus, you are all I need. I have a lot of beans, so I'm going to use all of my corned beef. What I have here is just two of that corned beef, because me, I don't know how to cook little. I always cook extra, and I freeze because I don't have time to be cooking all the time. So now I will know if I need to add salt or not, or the amount of salt, because the corned beef is salty, you know. So I don't want it to be too salty. I'm gonna add my sardines. I have 5 sardines here. And if you notice, I've not added any oil. These are my sardines. Sardine number 2. And I deliberately bought the ones in sunflower oil, so I don't even need to add oil to this thing again. Usually you need to add oil, but because the sardine, 4 of them have oil already, so I'm not going to add any oil. My Savior. I'm using 5 of it because I have a lot. You see my bowl is big. I have a big bowl. I do that because I really don't have time to be cooking all the time. So I freeze it. When it's cooked, I put in the freezer. So I'm using 5 of them. God to do. How good, how good, how. Now we stir again, mix them, miss. I'm just going to add my crayfish. This is our crayfish. Grounded crayfish is what I've put here. So I'm going to put some scoop. This is a small scoop. Now I'm going to mix, stir together. I'm going to show you the end results. Still very thick. I need a little bit of water. Praise the Lord. Yeah. So I need to check if I need to add some salt. A little bit of salt. You season to your taste. Usually we gauge with our eyes. We gauge with our eyes. I'm going to check if it's enough now. Yeah. Tell you, this thing is already tasty. Very tasty. The Lord. Need to check. This is like the powder seasoning. I want to add some. You can use that or this. I have the jumbo. Some of you have that one. You can use that one. Or you can use, this one is chicken. That one is crayfish. So I'm going to use a bit of each. A little bit of this one. Yes. A little bit of the crayfish. Remember, this is salty too. So be careful, but then it needs a little bit of salt more. Is the Lord. So I'm going to check the seasoning. I'm going to check to see that the seasoning is okay. Yep. Now this is ready. It's time for phase 2, which is wrapping. So, to cook this, I'm going to be using my local leaf. This is how we do it in Africa. So I'm going to be using this leaf to tie them together. I'm going to wrap it with this. For me, this is what we use. I'm going to be wrapping with this. But some people use some people wrap with this. You can use this like the food bag. Some people use this to cook it. And some people use the cling film. What they do is you make it into whatever, you put it inside, and then you close the mouth like that. You close the mouth like that and you put in your pot. But I'll be using the local leaf. Except if my leaf is not enough, then I will use any one of these two. I prefer this one though. This is easier for me. So it's time to start wrapping. Then I think I want to add a little bit of chili. You need some more chili. Yeah. Actually, no. It's fine. It's all right. So I'm going to start tying them now. So let me show you the mixture, yeah? Let me show you the consistency of the mixture. Because I'm going to start wrapping from that side. See how it is. Let me show you. I need to turn the camera now. Okay, this is how it looks now. Everything is inside, you see. I have here sardine, corned beef. These beans is blended with bell pepper, red bell pepper, onion, and I chopped in some onion as well. So this is made from beans, like your black-eyed beans or your brown beans, but I'm using the moon bean, which is what we find here in the UK. But we also have the other beans, but I prefer this one. So this is see how it is. It's not too thick. Don't make it to be too thick, because when it's cooked, it's going to be hard. So you need to get the texture right. I said you want it to be very strong. So those are my corned beef and fish you are seeing inside. It's not fish, it's a sardine. Yeah, sardine. So I'm going to start. I just wanted to show you the. So that's a lot of. That's plenty. So you see how it is now. So this is grounded beans, like the black-eyed beans. Yeah. So it's time to start wrapping. So I'm going to start wrapping it now. Are you seeing it? So that is my pot I'll be using. I'm not sure this pot will be enough, but I will use the other pot as well. So let me get the pot out of the way so you will see what I'm doing. I also have some boiled egg here. I've cut them in half. Just 1 second, please. Hello, Pastor. Hello, sir. Hello? Hello? Hello. Yeah, Pastor. Okay, you want to try it? Me, I'm on. Okay, on my fan page, right? Okay. Have you started already? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I hope I'm explaining very well. Oh, you are coming. Oh, that's fine. Yes, hello. No, huh? I can't hear you. Yes, hello. Yes. You can't use WhatsApp now. You are doing it on, you are doing, no, WhatsApp is not going to work. You have to do it on Facebook. But the thing is that I'm live now, but I'm live already. Can you give me, can you give me up to like 30 minutes or 1 hour? Yeah, okay. All right, that is my secretary from Nigeria. You know, tomorrow we are giving food stuff to, we are doing hope for our community. So they'll be sharing. Okay, it's time for my leaf, my local leaf. Uh-huh. So that's my scoop. So I don't know how we do this. So I don't know if you you don't have to use this. You don't have to use it. It's too complicated. You don't have to use this leaf. Oh. You can use the cling film. Is it the cling film, foil paper, or the food bag? But I'm using this one because it gives it a kind of fragrance, and it's really nice, and it's healthier too. So I'm just gonna try. I've done this before, so I hope it comes out nice. It's complicated, this leaf. So I hope I remember how to do it again. Yep. And then I have egg. That is one done. Going in the pot. Sister Leota, you have to find your way here, sharp, sharp. Your mom knows how to make it. So that's the leaf. Usually me, I wrap my leaf first though, because I don't want any accidents. We're cooking moimoi. Moimoi, known as beans pudding. Yeah. This thing is plenty. Oh. I didn't know it was this much. Oh. That is number 2. 2, going. Number 3, coming up. So it's very tricky to tie this one. If you don't know how to tie it, it's complicated. So just use, this is what I want to use, but you can use other stuff. Hey, sisters, Safia, I've told you guys before, you can use, I said you can use that. You can use that. Some people use that, and some people use that as well. But I want to use the local leaf. Hello, son. How are you? Yeah. So this is all I'm going to do until it's cooked. I'm going to on the gas in a few minutes when I've done a few, so it can be boiling. This one is too tight. I know this one is too tight. Let's go, nose. Go, is it? What are you to? What are you to? You're not sure what you're eating. You need to be really careful with them. I think that is it. We just leave it to cook. This is what we call Moimoi, local Moimoi. My egg. To push the egg inside. Yeah. So I'm going to recap the ingredients I used for this moimoi. So what we've used is beans. You can use your black-eyed beans. You can use your brown beans. I use the moon bean. Even this leaf is it's not as easy as it looks, so it's just because I have experience in tying moimoi with leaf. I've done it many times, so you are looking at it. It's not easy when you are not used to it. If you don't understand the technique, it's very hard. So that's why you just use what is comfortable for you. This is not going to come out nice, I can tell. I can tell this will not be nice. Can tell you guys it's not as easy as it looks. That's better. That can hold now. So I'm going to turn on my pot so it can start cooking. It can start cooking. I ripped that one now. Let me try it. This one is ripped too. I'm just wrapping it, and I will explain what I have in here in a minute. I'm just wrapping our moimoi. What I'm putting here is my egg.
Miracles happen when the name is mentioned. Angels bow when the name of Jesus is mentioned. The enemy's voice is silenced.
Okay, now it's boiling.
When the name of Jesus is spoken and mentioned, the Holy Ghost shows up. He honors only one name. Just one name. There's only one name. Only one.
Have some more paper.
Lift your hands to you.
Let me see this paper.
Forget yourself now. Just remember Jesus. There is something. His master.
My pot is full.
Jesus. It's like the fragrance. Jesus. Precious.
is all I need. I'm still fitting 2. Jesus. Jesus. What do? Eat it with. Now it's all done, so you're just going to see the finished product. I'm going to show you. Okay, let me show you. I will answer you now. So I'm just going to explain. Oh, let me turn the camera. So this is it. So I've got some water in there. You don't really put much water. You just put little water. So when it's drying up, you add more water to it. You say, what do you do? What do you eat with it? Right. You can eat it with custard. We can eat with custard pap, which we call locally akamu. You can eat it with gari. With gari, soaked gari. Yeah. So I have a few more left. I'm going to wrap and use another pot. So this is your moimoi bean pudding. So what I have here is beans. Like you can use the black-eyed beans. So what I have is like the black-eyed bean washed. You have to soak it first. When you soak it, then you wash it and you peel off the skin. And so because you have soaked it, it becomes really soft. Yeah? It becomes soft. So when you finish washing and peeling off the skin, you blend it with water. You blend it with water. Make sure blend it smooth. You blend it with onion. You blend it with onion. Red. I use the red pepper. And if you like the chili one, you can also use chili. So when you finish boiling, you put in your mixing bowl. So depending on the quantity you have, that will determine the ingredients you will use. For me, I have a lot. You can see it's a lot. So I used I seasoned with you season with your normal any seasoning you like. I added a bit of garlic, ginger, a bit of curry, a bit of salt. You add some salt. You add your, if you like chili, you can add your chili like cayenne pepper, black pepper, any pepper you like. Then I added corned beef. You know corned beef, the normal regular corned beef. And I added the sardine. Let me show you the corned beef. I added this corned beef, you see. I added this corned beef. And then I added the sardine, like normal, your regular sardine. I use the one in oil. I use the one in, I use one of that and the rest in sunflower oil. And I added it to them, and then you just mix. There is no really big deal in it. You just mix everything together. Then I have my boiled egg, which I put in half because I don't want a whole egg inside. I want, because it's already very rich. I've got like a lot of sardine inside. I've got a lot of corned beef. I use 2 of that corned beef because it's a lot. And usually you add oil to it, but because my sardine is the one with sunflower oil, so I didn't need to add any more oil. We need to be careful of too much oil now, so you can add any oil. And then you can wrap. You can when you finish mixing, like the texture is very important, that it is not very thick. You see how it is. You need to get the texture right. Don't let it to be extremely thick, and don't let it to be too light, so that when it's cooked, it's not too hard and it's not too watery. Yeah. And so when it's cooked, you just leave it to cook for say about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on how much you have. Like this one, I might have to leave it for up to 40 minutes because it's a lot. You see it's boiling now. You can see the corner there. So like underneath the pot, I've added a few. You can put like a few sticks so it doesn't stick in case it gets burnt. It doesn't stick to my pot. So I added like a few sticks underneath. Some people put like their foil paper underneath. And you can also, because some countries you don't have this local leaf, you can use your food bag, your normal food freezer bag, like this one. Some people use this bag. You just put a bit inside and then you tie it and put it in the pot. But make sure you put something underneath your pot, like a cling film, which is this one. So, which is this, you put it under the pot, on the bottom of the pot before you begin to put the already tied one inside. And some people cook with this cling film too, but I don't. I've seen some people use it, but I don't really use it. So I prefer this local leaf because it adds a kind of fragrance to it. Or where you don't have the leaf, I use this one. I've used this in the past, a good one. You just pour it inside, tighten it, and you put it in your pot. And then you leave it to cook. That's all. Yay! So I will take a picture when it's done. So I'm going to take a picture when it's done, and I will post the picture so that you will see. So I think this is where we call it a day because I can't keep you here for another 30-40 minutes. So you will see the finished products. So I also added my crayfish, which is like grounded fish, but you don't have to if you don't have, because you already have your corned beef in there. You already have your sardines. So it's just that we as Africans, we like that crayfish kind of texture to almost everything we cook. But you don't really have to add any crayfish. So maybe I will when I'm posting the picture, I will type in full how it's done and the things you need for it. No measure. It doesn't need any measuring. Put 1 kilo of this. You do this. You season as to your own taste. So if you are using like 500 grams of beans, you soak it, you blend it, and you just add your seasoning to your own taste because people like their food a certain way. So basically just add your own kind of seasoning. Like I use the kind of seasoning I'm used to. You add your chicken stock. You add when you blend, after blending with your water, put in your bowl, mixing bowl. Basically you just add your corned beef, add your sardines, add your if you need chili, you add your chili, you add your salt stock, onion. You blend with onion already, and then chop some onion in there. And then I have like boiled egg, half it, and just put the boiled egg in there. And then you package and boil. You cook for as long as it takes to cook, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on the quantity you have. So it's really simple. It's not a big deal at all. The only big deal is when you are washing the black-eyed beans. So I prefer the moon beans. When I have the moon beans next time, I will show you. Because with the moon bean, you can get them in the Arab stores. You don't need to wash. Yeah, you can use banana leaves, really. Yeah, they use banana leaves back home. I remember my grandmother used to use banana leaf, and then she kind of warms the leaf up in the fire, and then that makes the texture different. Yeah, she uses banana leaf, but she warms it in the fire. I remember my grandma used to use banana leaf to do it. Plantain leaf or banana leaf, yes. Yeah, they use it too. That's great. Yeah, they use it. So it's quite simple. So what I'm going to do is when I'm posting the finished product, I will do the write-up of ingredients. The ingredients. There's no spec. Just put to your own taste. Really, you season to your taste. Make sure you taste it. Make sure it's not too salted. The corned beef already has salt, so be careful with the salt. Add anything. If you have, you can even put prawn. If you have prawn, you can put prawn. Like the crayfish is like dried. Crayfish is like dried prawn. Actually, crayfish is dried prawn. So you can put your fresh prawn if you want. You just put anything you like. Some people put chicken bits. You can just chop off your chicken, boil and chop it off and put it inside. Really, it doesn't matter. You just put what you want. Cooking is not complicated, you know. I try to make it as simple as possible because I ain't got time to be doing all those drama in the kitchen. You know, so you look at in a few minutes, it's you are done cooking. You don't need to be in the kitchen for hours. So it's really no big deal. So I'm gonna, when it's cooked, I'm gonna post a picture. So I'm gonna post a picture and I'm gonna put the ingredients. Like maybe I will check for a picture of black eye beans, and I will see if I can get it and put it. So it's quite easy. So I got to go now. See you guys later. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye bye. See ya.